I pretty much think I've had it with general indie advice. I think it's just getting kind of out of hand. There's so many videos out there about you have to have X amount of wish list to launch your game and to do all these things. And I definitely see that, there's some truth in it, but I'm pretty much just done with it. I can't watch any more videos about how you have to have a 100K wish list to make a game before, you find any kind of financial success, or you're kind of trash if you don't do this, or you're trash if you don't do that. And it's just all kind of really grating on me anymore, as well as things like AI talks and stuff like that. I'm tired of the word. I'm so tired of hearing, don't use AI in your game, or because everybody will hate it, or you have to use AI in your game because you won't be able to keep up otherwise. It's getting to be too much information all at once, and I think I'm kind of losing sight of the reason that I'm making games at all in the first place, and that's really just to make games that I'm genuinely interested in playing, and whether or not they are super financially successful or anything like that is really kind of secondary to me, because I really just wanted to make games that nobody else was making. Nobody else out there was making things that I wanted to make. Nobody was making things that I really wanted to play outside of, a handful of developers make some really, really good stuff. But I just had these unique, possibly unique ideas that I was like, hey, it'd be really cool if somebody, took Vampire Survivors and flipped it around, which is kind of what I made. Is it perfect? No, absolutely not. Could I do more work on the UI? Absolutely. Could I make more characters? 100%. Could it be priced differently? Oh yeah. Could I market it better? 100%. Am I going to shoot for 100,000 wish lists? No. If I get them, would that be awesome? Yeah. But I'm literally stressing myself out thinking about that. I woke up at 3 a.m. the other day, wondering why I'm putting so much time into this thing that's going to flop, because all these YouTube videos and all these influencers are saying the exact same thing. If you don't have 100,000 wish lists, or you don't do 4 months before Steam Next Fest you launch a demo, and if you don't have 10,000 wish lists going into the Steam Next Fest, there's no point even doing Next Fest. Your game's gonna flop. You suck. You're a failure. Everything's terrible. And I'm just tired of hearing it. I'm just completely tired of thinking about it. I'm tired of just even letting it cross my mind anymore. And I really have to sit back and think about it really hard. I am a true hobbyist developer. I have a 9-to-5. I do this in my spare time. I make these for fun. If my game makes absolutely $0, all the money I'm out is the money I invested in to make it. And because, if anybody's watching this is a indie developer or anything like that, you hoard asset packs anyway. So it's like, I bought an asset pack. What do you mean I have to make a game kind of thing? And that's just something I've always liked doing. It's just collecting kind of really cool looking assets, as well as thinking of unique game ideas that could be made with those assets. So if I don't make any money at all, if I make absolutely $0, the only money I am out is A, my time, and B, the money I've invested to make the game, which I think I'm going to put a video out about how much that is. It's not very much money. It's less than $500, assets and art and everything included. It's just, you get so wrapped up in these hype cycles nowadays. The algorithm is just perfect for hyping you up and gaslighting you. And if you ask AI any questions about hey, what should I price my game at, it will totally gaslight you. It said hey, you should list your game. I think it said $8 or something like that for my game, and I just had to ping one of my friends, and I was like, dude, ChatGPT's gaslighting me right now. It's saying my game is worth this. I don't think it's worth this. You played it with me. Do you think it's worth that? I don't. And he also agreed, no, it's not. It's worth kind of what you're thinking, the $2.99, $3.99 price range, which I totally agree with. But it's just so hard to get out of this kind of echo chamber that just exists nowadays, especially in indie dev. Dude, you have to have 100,000 wish lists. You have to do this. You have to do that. Your cover art has to be on point. Your Steam page has to be amazing. You have to spend all this time. You have to start your own YouTube channel. You have to reach out to every single influencer. You have to do this. You have to be on top of that. You have to please everybody with your game. And I refuse to believe that that's true for a hobbyist game developer like myself. If you're wanting to make a career out of it, yeah, maybe that's all true. Maybe you really do need to kind of do all of these things, and I don't even want to say maybe. There's a lot of people that spend their lives kind of making this data that really do know exactly what they're talking about. They know that you have to do X, Y, and Z things to be able to, kind of be financially successful in true indie dev. But for me, as a hobbyist, I don't think I'm going to get caught up in that hype cycle anymore. I'm literally keeping myself awake at night sometimes thinking about it when I really don't need to be. There's no reason at all that I should be as stressed as I am about releasing this game that I made in 7 months, 6 months of my spare time. There's no reason, because if it flops, there is absolutely zero impact to my life outside of I lost a little bit of money that was disposable income to me anyway. So in direct contrast of everything that I've been saying this entire video, head on over to the Steam page and drop it a wish list, because I still would love to be able to fund my hobbyist development with funds from my hobby games. That would be awesome. Thanks so much. Back to the video. And just the hype cycle that is going on YouTube from these indie devs that is just, you have to do this, you have to do that. I'm just tired of it. I'm beyond tired of it. I don't think I can watch another one of those videos for years, just because I'm so burnt out on it. I was trying to like min-max my little indie game so I could make a thing that people wanted to play, keep updating it. Heck yeah, I like this game a lot. I think it's a fun little evening killer. But do I think people are gonna put 100 hours into this game? No, probably not. Not unless I, add a lot of features and stuff, and if there's enough traction, maybe I will. But I want it to kind of be my own choice. I don't want it to be something that's, if you're not having Steam achievements or whatever, your game's trash. Or if you're not doing Steam Cloud, your game's trash. Like, there's literally advice like that out there, and I'm just tired of it. Especially if you try to like ask AI for stuff, which is like the general consensus. I work in IT professionally all day, every day, and that's all it is. It's just AI talk every day, every single minute. And then indie dev is just as bad, because if you're not using AI, you're terrible. If you do use AI, people hate it. And then there's a ton of studies coming out that are like, hey, like maybe people don't hate AI so much. But then, you see like this small amount of people that are like, it's terrible and I hate it. And as a creative person myself, I don't like it either. I'm not a fan of giving up all the fun parts of development. Like, I can't make art. Would I use AI to make art? Possibly. Did I for this game? No. If I ever did, would I publish a game that maybe had AI art? Possibly. Would I commission somebody if it was successful to replace the AI art? Because maybe I just didn't want to commission somebody to make a ton of art and invest a large amount of money in a game that I'm not really sure if it will succeed. Yeah, that's like a financially feasible something that I would do. I wouldn't feel good about it, nor would I want to keep the AI art forever. I would definitely want to pay an artist to actually, get paid to make art. I'm a big fan of that. But from a coding perspective, that's something I like doing. I would refuse to kind of outsource like the coding portion of it to AI, because that's the funnest part to me. And that's one of the things that they're really harping on in the indie dev community is, dude, use AI code. It makes you go so much quicker. You can release so many more games. You can make them so much better. And I refuse to buy into that hype cycle. I refuse to think that the only way to be successful in the world is to kind of jump on this hype train and do all this stuff that just kind of takes the fun out of everything you're doing. Maybe from like a business standpoint, my 9 to 5, and I don't really care for how much fun my 9 to 5 is. I just want to get my job done quicker so I can do things that I enjoy. Yeah, that makes sense to use AI then and do stuff like that, but not on my hobby projects. Not stuff that I actually enjoy doing. If I was a good artist and I actually enjoyed making art, I definitely wouldn't use it for art possibly in the future, but I'm not. I suck at it. So that is something that is kind of nice about it, but at the same time, I can't hear it anymore. I'm just completely done with it. And even with the YouTube side of things, where if you don't have your own YouTube channel, it's very prevalent. Indie advice: make your own YouTube channel, create your own videos, do all this stuff. And you always have the people that make the clickbaity titles and stuff that say the exact opposite. Yeah, you shouldn't do it if you're an indie dev, da 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 da. And it's always the same. It's always one gigantic left or right way of thinking. It's either you're completely an idiot if you do this, or you're completely not if you don't do this, kind of thing. And I'm just tired of it. It's one way or the other, and everybody's just doing it for clicks. Everybody's just doing it for views, and it's just tiring. I'm just really overwhelmed with it all, and I'm tired of it. Like, I made this YouTube channel to make content that I enjoy making in a method in which I enjoy making it. I don't love editing very much, but I've been doing a little bit more editing for these Reverse Survivor videos, and I'm just kind of over it. I refuse to kind of just spend time doing stuff that I hate to generate a little bit more hype around a game that I made in my spare time. I just think it's kind of pointless at this point. I very much enjoy making the games. It's not going to stop me from making the games, but I think I am done doing all the things, all the parts of releasing an indie game that I don't like doing. I'm done doing. I don't care how successful it all comes out to be. If people like my game, they like my game. That's awesome. I would love for you too. I had fun making it, and I hope you have fun playing it, but I think I'm done in the effort of suffering, because the stakes for me are not that high. Would I quit my job if Reverse Survivors made $1 million? Possibly. Is it going to make $1 million? I can guarantee not, unless something really, really weird happens, like the world ends or something. But it's just, I'm so tired of hearing the same advice ad nauseum that I just can't anymore. I really hope you enjoyed my ramblings on my little clickbaity title, which actually goes in the face of exactly what I was saying of being done with all the clickbaity stuff, but I thought it'd be kind of a funny gimmick to do. review. Hopefully you've enjoyed a little bit of a teaser as well of the background footage here of Reverse Survivors, because I've kind of worked pretty hard on these newer characters. These guys kind of represent the epitome of Reverse Survivors as far as difficulty-wise. Selecting them both was actually probably a terrible choice. They're very, very hard. This game would probably run for quite a while to be able to take them down, but they are kind of the hardest heroes out there. So it's kind of just showing you the difficulty ceiling of this. You would kind of want to be max upgraded, which I wasn't, before you would be able to try to take these guys down, simply because they're just so strong. They're just so dang powerful. Like, you can send so many enemies at them and still not even touch them. They're just very, very strong. So obviously a little bit of balancing that needs to be done, but overall, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys next time.